Now keep in mind, when I say it's pretty easy area, it's pretty easy area right now, but if you're doing this for the first time, that's not an easy area. I died a lot of times getting to this bonfire. Now, one interesting thing about this game is enemies do not respawn unless you sit at a bonfire. As soon as you sit at the bonfire, every enemy will respawn. So don't think that you are safe just by getting to a bonfire. Even if you heal up and replenish your Estus flasks, you still need to kill all the enemies again. And it's also a great way to farm for souls. You just backstabs are pretty useless now versus these starting enemies. They are so weak. So down here we have a merchant. Yeah, actually here. Block this. I just want to show you the merchant. Get through these crates and watch out for this guy. This guy is hidden, so just take care of him, and then you can get to the merchant over here.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you.
Now, if this is your first time playing through the game, do not buy do not buy the repair powder. It's useless. Buy the repair box instead. It's money well spent, because you do not really want to get to a blacksmith to repair your stuff. So try and grind and get this repair box as soon as you can. Also get the residence key. You will need it to open a few doors, so it's money well spent. All of these items are just standard items. Depending on what class you choose, you probably will have one of these items anyway, so it's not really worth spending your souls on. I thought that, you know, that chain was really good when I first played this game, so I bought all of these. I spent a lot of time farming and bought all of these, and then I realized that I pretty much couldn't move. I couldn't roll, I couldn't move, and I wasted like 2 hours doing nothing, getting nowhere, and I was so pissed off. But yeah, try to read up on this game before you play it, because you will get pissed off otherwise. Anyway, let's buy the residence key and the repair box. Also, if you haven't played the game before, buy a lot of fire bombs. They are really good if this is your first time around, especially versus the boss that's coming up. You can kill him with like 8 of these. I think it's 7 or 8 you can kill the boss with, and he's really tough to hit with melee weapons, because he stands on a bridge and there's pretty much no room to move around. So yeah, buy fire bombs and toss them at the boss. I will show you another trick for the boss. I think everyone figured out the trick for the boss. But yeah, the one tip that I can give you is buy a lot of fire bombs and keep them for the boss. Also, when you die, you do not get back your fire bombs. So yeah, try and keep them for when you really need them, and do not waste them for normal enemies, even though it's tempting, and they do kill pretty much every enemy. Every enemy with just one bomb toss. So let's go ahead and progress here. Let's get back to the bonfire. Now this part is pretty tricky. I think there are like 4 enemies in there. There are 2 guys up there that will, yeah, you see, they will start throwing fire bombs at you as soon as you step on the bridge. So you cannot stand on the bridge and linger around and wait for the enemies to come to you. It's also pretty suicidal to run into that room, because like I said, there are 4 enemies in there, and really do not want to, you know, face 4 enemies if this is your first time around. So what you want to do is you want to run across the bridge to the opening, turn back, and run back to where you started from, here. Now be careful when you roll, so you can roll over the ledge here, so take it easy and just kill 1 enemy at a time, because they will follow you. Actually, I thought that the other guy would follow me too. There are 2 guys that usually follow you if you just get inside the room and run back. Yeah, he's not following me, it's that guy over there. He's just standing next to a door. Anyway, let's after you kill those 2, you just run in, and then you wait for this guy to come for you. You kill him, and then you kind of have to be careful, because there are firebomb throwing enemies up on the roofs, and you will get hit if you're not careful. And also they can fall down, like this guy did probably. He fell down from the roof, and he can mess you up pretty badly with the firebombs. Now, holy shit. So a lot of happening really fast, but there is another dude in here, so you know, you're never really safe. You need to really be on your toes, and whenever you enter a building, especially from the beginning of the game, whenever you enter a building, enter it with your shield raised, and be prepared for whatever is coming. For instance here, I know that there is an enemy to the left here, but you will never know that if this is your first time around, and a lot of these starting areas are just death traps. If you do not pay attention, you will get hit, and you will die pretty fast. Something is moving around. I don't know what it is. I'm hearing footsteps. Someone is running around. Anyway, try to enter buildings and hallways with your shield raised, and be prepared to target the enemy. Target lock. You target lock with your right analog stick. So you walk in here, you target right, and you block him, and then you counter him. But you would never know that if this was your first time playing. You would just you know, you would just think that this is a balcony. Maybe there are some items out here, and this guy just rapes you from behind. Let's see what the chest was. I don't remember what all the chest had. It was a black firebomb. Yeah, you can save those for the bosses as well. In general, I've noticed that fire is really good versus pretty much everything. So I would recommend pyromancy. Now another strategy here is, if you have pyromancy, is to wait for that middle guy to come forward, and then you toss a fireball or whatever you have on him, and you kill him. And that way you only need to deal with 2 other guys afterwards. Because that guy that I just killed, he tosses firebombs, and he can mess you up, because you will need to block these guys in the beginning, unless you're really good at rolling and avoiding enemies. You will need to block one of these guys, and as soon as you block, you're pretty much locked in position, and that firebomb guy will throw a firebomb in your face, and it will hurt, trust me. So you get up here, you wait for them to attack. Do not do that. Do not let them get a hit in. There's also an item up here. I'm gonna get it, but you can skip this part. It's not really vital to anything. And I'm dying. So much for my cautious approach.